We can read in the Huffington Post that Goldman Sachs is very happy to post a profit in the first quarter, and that they're actually thinking about trying to find investors to raise some money, and with that money they hope to pay back the TARP funds that they received, or some of it. They're not trying to pay it back out of their own coffers. They're trying to find people that give them money, with which they then pay back those TARP funds. It's a very strange investment. You know, what company ever emitted shares and said, you know, if you buy these shares, we can pay off our debt with those shares. We're not going to put it into any profitable enterprise. You just give us your money and we pay off the debt there. But there's much more irony in this whole story, and also a lot of deception. Carl Denninger explains that Goldman Sachs in the first quarter received money from AIG as a payout on insurance that they had for future events. And that was a lot of money that they received from AIG. Second of all, they probably hedged their activities with AIG. And from those hedges they must have made, or they are likely to have made, over $100 billion. It's more. You have to check out the Carl Denninger article. It's fascinating. Both money streams from AIG have only come from the bailout of AIG. So basically, Goldman Sachs got all their money in the first quarter from AIG basically, and all that money is taxpayer money. It's your money. So you have been indirectly subsidizing Goldman Sachs, so that Goldman Sachs now can say, you know, we're such a good business, you should invest in us, and if you invest in us, we're gonna give that money back to the government. You know, you're such amazing suckers that we love you so much that we'll just go on with our businesses and make you suffer some more. You know, let's default your company, let's default your house, let's default everything. Then we can buy up stuff. That's what we're planning to do. That's what we're announcing. We're announcing to start buying stocks and companies which are very low. Why are they low? Because we're sucking all the money out of the economy. It is maddening. I guess the whole error that many people make is to remain reasonable, because if you're reasonable against somebody that is trained in abusing that reason and inserting in that reason all kinds of elements of falsehoods and lies in the most diplomatic manner, just like this other video of Dominic that explains that there will be a disruption in the bond market eventually, because China will sell the bonds. What he means is that it will be a huge crash and lots of people will lose all their money in the bond market, because the citizens with bonds are always the last one to get out of it. That type of abuse of reason should be condemned heavily, and there should be some action to it. Well, I talked earlier about Karma Bank, which is a very good website where you can not only band together with other people to have a power over large corporations that are not helping society or are not good for the environment. But of course, in the case of Goldman Sachs, it's a bank, it's located somewhere, and all these people at the bank, they have to eat, they have to drink, they have to buy their food somewhere, and you know, there's lots of things that they own, but they don't own that. And if I was a deli owner in the Wall Street, I would raise my prices significantly. And if the whole street or a whole block of deli owners would do that, and all the caterers would do that, they would enforce some trickle down. I guess the whole trickle down philosophy is all right, but the companies that advocate that are expecting people not to cooperate. You know, but you can make the money trickle down into society by just making everything more expensive. If you're a cab driver, don't drive for a banker if it's under $500, if it's under $1,000, if it's under $3,000. Don't start your car. Just do it together, and together you can, well, recapture some of that money, taxpayer money, and of course that will trickle down, that will finally end up in the economy. So the answer to this whole these shenanigans are twofold, of course. Try to end the business of Goldman Sachs, but also raise prices for them in every turn.